When we're young, we have an amazing, positive outlook about how great life is going to be, but somewhere along the line, we forget to dream and end up settling. Join Up Dots features amazing people who refuse to give up and chose to go after their dreams. This is your blueprint for greatness. So here's your host, live from the back of his garden in the UK, David Ralph.
Yes, hello there. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Join Up Dots. How are we? Are we good? Are we good? Every single person out there listening to my voice. Are we enjoying ourselves? I hope you are. Because that's really is what life is all about. And it's not always easy to get that constant enjoyment. And even if people are out there showing you the constant enjoyment, it doesn't mean that they're getting it all the time. But are you generally feeling good? Because that's what life is all about. Having the kind of the moderate happiness most of the time. Peaks and troughs can come every now and again and they're amazing, but just generally feeling good. So I hope you're feeling good. I'm feeling good today. It's what day is it? It is the 20th of July 2017, and this is one of the last shows that I record before I disappear to the Caribbean, which is going to be great, seeing my daughter get married, so I'm looking forward to that. And what I wanted to do today was talk to you about faith. Yeah, not religious faith, not George Michael, where we gotta have faith, I gotta have faith. None of all that, but it's kind of business faith, because I was looking at something the other day. Now, as a podcaster, you're sort of judged, I suppose, on your downloads, how many people are listening to you. And when you start a show, you don't get many people, but that's understandable because nobody knows you around. But then after a while, it sort of creeps up, and you kind of expect it to really soar. But of course it doesn't, and then it drops down again, and it keeps on going up. Well, just recently, I have been on a roll. Yes, I have. I've been on a roll, and it's been flying, absolutely going up and up and up. And I was looking at it thinking, this is amazing. This is going to be the biggest show in the world. Move over, Howard Stern. Mr. Ralph is coming, and we'll be broadcasting to the world, to every single earlobe, and not the earlobe. That's the dangly bit underneath, the ear hole. Is that what it's called? Ear hole? The channel? I don't know what it's called. If anybody knows, let me know. And we will be sort of broadcasting into everything, and then suddenly, the next day, it plummeted and I wasn't getting the listeners. Now, I looked at it and thought, okay, I don't care. I don't care really, because I knew that it was just going to come back because I had faith. I have seen enough of peaks and troughs in my journey as a podcaster to know that it's naturally going to come back again. And it has come back, and it's come back bigger than before. So it's fine. But that started me thinking about when faith becomes experience, and experience leads to faith. Now, what I mean by that is right at the very beginning, when you start anything, you are literally clinging to faith, or not even faith, it's personal drive, belief, ambition to actually be able to create something. And when you're growing your business, I have to tell you, right, it's not about luck. Now, a lot of people go, oh, it's all right for him, it's all right for her, oh, it just fell in their place. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. No matter what people do out there, it's not about luck. It's about effort. It's about persistence. But underpinning it all, it's about faith. And how much do you have? So, how much faith do you have in yourself to actually be able to achieve something when the results aren't coming? Because if you don't have that personal belief that you can actually overcome all the adversities, then maybe you're better to be an employee and go to work and then let somebody else worry about, is this going to operate? Because when you go to work, you just basically turn up, have a coffee, fondle the secretary, and then sort of come home, really. And there's not a great deal of pressure. You think there's pressure. And I suppose there is pressure to hit targets and stuff. But when you are in the entrepreneurial land, it's all on your own shoulders. And you have a certain amount of pressure to achieve. You have a certain amount of results you want. Of course, you need pressure to get money in. But underpinning everything, which I never had in employee land, is faith. I have to have faith that it's going to work, that my hours and hours and hours of putting effort into something is actually going to come to the fore. Now, we all have faith. We all have faith in our lives, and it's how we sort of channel it. For example, when you get on a plane, right, we all have faith that it's going to hit at a certain speed and then it's going to take off. Now, if we were all thinking, oh my God, I don't know how this operates, I don't know what's going to happen, are we just going to keep on going along the ground until we plough into a building? Not many of us would get onto an airplane. In fact, I think very few of us, unless it's a kamikaze pilot, would want to do that. But because you've got faith that it's going to take off and you're going to soar into the clouds, you get into it. You don't understand how it works. I still don't really understand how it works. It's too heavy. I can understand a bird, because a bird is kind of light and feathery, but a big multi-million pound ton of steel and iron, yeah, with a couple of wings on either side, I don't really understand it. But I've got faith it's going to take off. And I also have faith that when I go to bed at night, I'm going to wake up again the next morning. Or when I leave my house and I go on a journey, it's going to be there when I return. Now, you may not think that that is faith, but it is. We've got the experience that these things are going to occur. Now, when you're actually building your business, 90% of the daily activities that you do, especially in the very beginning, is based on faith and belief. You haven't got the experience, you haven't got the track record, you can't see that there are peaks and troughs. So you just got to keep on doing it, and you don't know that the results are going to come, but you just have to keep on going for it. So when I started Join Up Dots, one of the things that I did was I surrounded myself with pictures of people who were already doing what I wanted to do. So I had certain podcasters, certain online guys, because I knew that they'd already achieved it. They were out there doing it. I was aware of their work. I was seeing their audience. And so I knew that it was possible. And I used to have their pictures around me. So on those days when I'm thinking, oh, I'm not getting anywhere here, Things have got to be better than this, I could look at them and think, well, he's done it, and I don't think he's any better than me, and he's done it, and he certainly isn't any better than me. So I just keep on doing it. And so in your own life, when you're doing that, if you sort of look around to you, because we always say you've got to surround yourself with 5 of this sort of the best people, and that's quite difficult because quite a lot of the times you can't surround yourself with those people because they're not there in your vicinity. So you can create sort of virtual support group, which helps you in that dark time when you look at them and you think to yourself, yeah, I can do this. You know, I've got a picture on my wall of the Beatles. Now, if you know anything about the Beatles, God, they went through hell, really, to get to where the world was looking in their direction. And they were writing and they were performing and they were playing in squalid pubs and they were just doing it every day, but they were getting better at it. And the only reason that they were doing it because they had faith that they would achieve their goal. They had faith that if they kept on getting out there and going for it, they would be there. And it's just down to that. It's a real intangible element, but it is so fundamental for every business that you fancy creating. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. I'll give you an example. Now, I've read this on the internet, but I think it's true as well. And this is how faith is either with you or not. Now, if you're handed 10,000 oyster shells and you're told out of those 10 have $1 million pearl in it, would you start opening it up? Of course you would. Yeah, of course. You plough into it with fury and you begin to open them up and 1, 2, 3, 4, no good, still no pearl, but it's all right, you're still going, and then, ow, you cut your hand because these oyster shells are really, really painful, and your blood's pouring down, and you think, oh, I don't need this, but I still do it. 7, ow, this really hurts, but still no pearl. Oh, this is driving me mad. How many more have I got? 999,900. Oh, this is stupid. What if there's not actually any pearls in these? Yeah, actually, do I need $1 million? Do I need $1 million pearl? No, I won't. I'll leave this. I'll leave this till tomorrow. Well, your faith has gone. You started off with the faith that as long as you achieve, as long as you actually keep on going, open every single pearl, you'd end up with 10 million. Halfway through, or not even halfway through, you're realizing it's hard, it's difficult, it's painful, and so you stop doing it and you drift away to nothing. Now, faith is tested. It is tested when things get hard and when we're afraid and when our perfectly laid plans aren't so perfect. And true faith is continued belief in the face of adversity. That's all it is. You've got no reason to keep on moving forward. But true faith is when you have every single reason in the world to stop, to just give up on it, especially in business. But you don't. So let's just listen to those words from Steve Jobs that we play every single day, because he talks about trust and faith in here. Let's listen to these.
Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college. But it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
So as he says, you don't really know how you get there. You can only look back and join up the dots, but you've got to have faith. You've got to have trust. You've got to keep on moving forward with purpose. So you really have to be clear about you want. Okay, you've got to absolutely define what you are aiming for, whether that's monetary value, freedom, a multi-million pound business. You've got to know what you're achieving. Now, I am aiming to get the #1 podcast out there. Is it going to occur? I have no idea. Do I have faith it's going to happen? Yes, I do. So I keep on doing it. And little by little, we are moving in that direction. That is faith. Now, you also got to stop being realistic. Okay. You've almost got to live in a fantasy world where your mind goes, oh, if I do this, that could, well, bring 100 million people more to my show. And I could do this, I can do that. If I was sitting down and planning things out, then I wouldn't be as creative with my ideas and I wouldn't get the big rewards that I get. By planning towards something and being realistic, you're getting what you believe is possible. What you got to do is throw off those shackles and really be creative and be imaginative and just stop being realistic, which leads to stop looking for the results. Okay, every day look at the results. Oh, I haven't got this, I haven't got that. It's not your job. The results will come. Your job is faith, action, repeat. You've just got to keep on moving forward, moving forward, moving forward, and just know that your faith is constantly tested and you will pass the test when you continue to believe. Faith isn't faith until it's all you're holding on to, somebody once said. And no business was ever built on uncertainty and no leader appeared out of doubt. Every single person has total belief that what they're doing will be achievable and they will get those results. That's what I'm doing. And so I just want all of you out there, if you're in the process of starting your business or if you're thinking about it, just know that there's going to be hard times, there's going to be difficult times, there's going to be times that you just want to lay on the floor and scream and shout. But by getting up and just thinking to yourself, yes, I can go one more step again, you are building faith into yourself. You're building faith that the results will come. And believe me, they will come. I can't promise you when they will come, but they will come as long as you keep on working for it. You got to have faith. You know, George said that, and God rest his soul. But it's true. You got to have faith. And if you've got that faith, you can do anything. Thank you so much for listening to this very short episode of Join Up Dots. Oh, and thank you so much to Morphine from the United States, who left a wonderful iTunes review for me, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that. I really, really do appreciate that. And also, who was the other one? Arda Media Factory from Australia. Thank you so much for leaving an iTunes ratings and review. Anybody else could do that. That's really brilliant. It really does help us get up the charts and get higher and higher. And until next time, we will see you again. Cheers. See ya. Bye-bye.
David doesn't want you to become a faded version of the brilliant self you were once to become. So he's put together an amazing guide for you called the 8 Pieces of Advice that every successful entrepreneur practices, including the 2 that changed his life. Head over to joinupdots.com to download this amazing guide for free, and we'll see you tomorrow on Join Up Dots.